Hi there, my name is Taika, and welcome back to another episode of Sit and Talk. So, for today, I'm going to talk about intrusive thoughts. So, I am not an expert at anything, and I am just sharing things out of my own experiences. Wow. This topic is still connected to the talk about mental health. It was just recently that I have heard or learned about this words or this topic. It is common with people having depression or are depressed to have many thoughts around their heads. These thoughts are lies, yes, and sometimes these lies can be so stubborn. So, yes, I have struggled with these intrusive thoughts that led me to having depression or anxiety and panic attacks. I have these recurring thoughts of what if. So what if I'm not alone with my struggle with these thoughts? What if there is one person in this world going through exactly the same thing as what I'm going through? So because of those recurring questions or what ifs, I decided to search on YouTube the words unwanted thoughts. As I've said, these unwanted thoughts, when I look back, it was the start of my depression. It triggered my depression and my panic attacks. As I've searched unwanted thoughts on YouTube, the results the results showed more videos about intrusive thoughts. So I thought that maybe this is what it is officially called. I was surprised because it was actually the answer that I am waiting for in my long years of battling with depression. So it is called intrusive thoughts or unwanted thoughts. It's because these thoughts just pop up on your mind or just appear randomly inside your head without you even exerting the effort to think or consciously deciding to think about these thoughts. So they just appear, and that is why it's draining to fight over it. And as they have said, the more you question it, like why these thoughts are here, or the more you try to erase it, is the more it persists to stay. Yeah, so the best thing to do when you're having intrusive thoughts is to just forget it. What I've said in my recent video, these thoughts are just lies and they are not real. So, and they do not come from you. So, it's just best to leave it or just forget it or let it go right away because yeah, they are not yours. There is this one person that shared also her struggle with intrusive thoughts, and that also happened when or started when she was also younger. People were asking her bakit siya umiiyak. She can't explain it. Like, hindi niya masabi kung bakit siya umiiyak. It's because the struggle or the battle was not something that she is fighting physically. So it's hard to say it to people. It's hard to make them understand that what you're battling with is something that is happening inside your mind. So the same thing also happened to me. Yes, and I was crying, and my friends asked me why I was crying, and I cannot even start to tell them about my struggle or my main reason for crying. It's because it's a mental battle, and it's hard to make them understand because back then people were not so aware about it. That's why it's important to shed light to this thing that used to be hidden. If you go check it, or if you also are someone who is going through the same thing, know that you are not alone. It's because the moment that I have learned that I wasn't alone, the moment that I have discovered that these thoughts were actually called intrusive thoughts, that it actually has a name. So finally, what I was going through was not anymore strange to me. And finally, what I was going through was not alien to a lot of people. There were actually a lot of people who is experiencing the same thing, but were just afraid to talk it out. So we know who who these thoughts actually came from. And yeah, it's the father of lies. And it's time to acknowledge these lies as just lies and they don't actually come from us. So maybe this topic is not for everyone, and it's okay. Maybe it's just for one person out there and that is already worth making this video. So it actually took me a lot of years to know that I wasn't alone in my struggle with intrusive thoughts. I don't know why. I don't know why it took me that long. Maybe there's a good reason why. At the end of the day, you will just be thankful and look back and appreciate yourself for not giving up. And you start being grateful for all the graces that you have received that pushed you. There are a lot of things that happens and we don't understand the specific reasons why they do, but if we just learn to persevere and keep up and push through and keep trusting, one day we will eventually get there to the place that we always waited for. You can leave a comment and like, share, subscribe, and keep safe and see you next time. Bye.